All right, good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to NFT Live on the Web3 Network. We're going to take you around the Web3 and NFT space here for the day, for the last 24 hours, for what's happening into the future, what's happened in the past, and all of these things. Biggie Poppins hopping in like a full last G right when we started the episode. Love to see it. Guys, right up front, I want to just make one thing kind of known. I do have a flight here in the next 2 hours, and I need to get on to the airport. So GiftEd is going to hold down the reins here from a hosting perspective. But we do have a full quad box, and I've got about 15 minutes that we can get after some NFT news here. All right, Gif, you just came off a GM Web3 show. I, like an asshole, was running around trying to get stuff in the dryer and into my bag and all of that stuff. But it looked like a great conversation there with Logic to start the morning, man. How did that go, and how are you doing, brother?
Yeah, man, it was awesome. If y'all don't know Logic, his real name is Julian Gilliam. That's his actual handle. But yeah, he is a tremendous creative in the space. I'm trying to pull up his Twitter real quick, his X profile, so we can show him off. But yeah, amazing guest. He's been in the space. He's been with us. He's an ape, an OG ape, and he's done so much cool stuff and is working on his new project called A Game of Good and Evil, which has some fantastic high quality. His merch design is amazing. So yeah, man, it was just awesome to get to talk to him, hang out with him a bit. And he's in LA now. So, we really haven't hung out. We got to connect, but there you go. That's his Twitter right there. And I'll drop that in the chat. If you don't know him, give him a follow, check out what he's doing. He's a legit dude.
I would love to follow up with him just to the fact that I didn't get to ask a question, but we had a bunch of people on stage that were getting after it and talking his project and his background there. Okay, we do have GiftEd on stage, but we also have two other wonderful creators, and we're doing some type of reverse kind of clockwise action here. So Huda, how are you doing, brother? What's happening in space? What's interesting you? How are you doing IRL?
Yeah, dude, I'm doing great. It's good to see you guys. What's happening in the space though? It's kind of all ordinals. As much as Ethereum NFTs are popping off, ordinals flipped Ethereum NFTs this morning. It's like huge. Everyone's talking about it. The Bitcoin maxis are going ballistic. The ordinals community is going insane, like you'd expect from them. This is a new phase of NFTs all of a sudden. It's really wild. We should talk about the ordinals ecosystem. There is some controversy there. ERC20s is what's driving a lot of that volume, and some people don't think those are NFTs. I kind of do. So stuff we can get into later. But again, good to see you guys.
Love it, man. Good to have you. Biggie Poppins, one of my favorite people in the whole space. What's up, brother?
Thank you, man. Dude, I jumped in last minute. I have my show coming up, but so I too will have to jump out a couple of minutes early. But yeah, I was like, dude, I'm not gonna sit here and twiddle my thumbs and I don't know, I get these little jitters since it's just starting out and the structure and everything. I was like, I'm gonna go talk to my crew and hang out and warm up, so I'm happy to be here, man. And yeah, I'm so pumped, Huda, about the ordinal stuff. It's controversy or not, it's a long time coming, and I love it when people declare something dead and then all of a sudden comes just rising up from the ashes like a fucking phoenix. It's beautiful.
It's felt like ordinals have done that 3 times now. We just seen a bunch of dips, and each time it seems to be getting a bigger wave. Squash Man Prodigy, nice to see you guys early. I'm busy sharing out the links. I'm a little bit behind this morning, so I'm just doing that here.
And just going into it while you do your link stuff, Q, it baffles me to hear people declare something dead that's on Bitcoin, right? I guess it's because people haven't seen it and all the action has been in Ethereum. But I mean, Bitcoin is like a treasure trove of liquidity, just waiting to be unleashed and unlocked. Do not be surprised about this.
A tech that's forever on the most OG blockchain ever in its infancy, and you call that dead?
I know, right?
I mean, look, it just got overhyped with a bunch of nonsense and weird behavior, and so it had to correct. I think that's what we saw was a correction, but now you're seeing again maybe that next level where it can start to
leveling
go.
up. Yeah.
So, but I mean, if anything, it just tells me that in the next run, absolutely ordinals are gonna be a big part of that. That's That's what it means to me. And hopefully there will be more legitimate builders and less, scammers getting attention, but we'll see.
Okay, I'm going to set this sail here, this ship, if you will, on the right direction, and then Gifted is going to take over here for the remainder. But good to see both of you. Hopefully we can have an NFT live tomorrow as well. I'll be calling in from Miami down there, so hopefully we can do that. All right, here's kind of the layout. I know we're going to talk on Bitcoin ordinals, just like Huda was talking about. GordonGoner is seemingly on a buying spree here. He's bought a lot of the 2021 like OG projects, but he's getting and dabbling into a lot. Subducks, we got to follow up on that. I think we got a confirmation from the team there, or at least some rumblings that maybe the acquisition isn't happening. Machi's Friend Tech competitor launch, Shrapnel Token went live, and then we have a bunch of other things that we can throw in there. OpenSea, potentially. I mean, we're kind of predicting that their valuation is not what their last raise was at $3.6 billion. But we got some confirmation from some larger investment groups that are marking that down significantly, almost 90% down from their last raise. So, yeah. Any other thoughts, fellas? Otherwise, GIF, let's hit the disclaimer, and then I do got to run.
I mean, just that on this buying spree that I know we'll dig into more was the Dead Fellas, and that's pretty cool. And that Squashman is thoroughly trolling us, saying that Gordon's going to be sweeping Lil Peckers, Chungos, and dick pics, apparently. So there you go.
Two, but dick pics for sure.
One for each of us in that mix. Shout out Gordon for that one. But yes, let's just talk about financial advice. And that is to say that we're not going to be talking about financial advice at all on any of our shows ever, because that's not what we do here. If you're looking for financial advices, please seek them elsewhere. We are just talking about things that we find on the internet. It's all public domain, and it's just our opinions. So always do your own research, and just remember that. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys, I do have to run here. I'm glad we could get the episode started, and I'm really upset. Huda and me were talking pre-episode here.
Man.
There's a lot of energy happening right now. I'm leaving at a time seemingly where the market's coming back, but I think Huda, you were correct in what you were saying as well. Is like this is gonna last a little bit longer than a week, so I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, well, that's how I think we actually get into that disbelief phase. Again, I think if we go up a couple more steps from here, then we really hit that leg. No, and then you'll pull back. And then hopefully, again, going into next year, we're really running. But don't speckle. Thank you for that, Squashman. Great reminder. Right. And Q, thank you to you for setting us. Yes, go ahead.
No,
just seeing him trying to like sign off, dude. Go run. Have a safe flight. Enjoy the weather.
I appreciate y'all. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all later.
Maybe we'll see you back. Maybe we won't.
Appreciate y'all coming in here. Maybe I could just tune in while I'm late for my airplane. You guys can have that as content. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. OVOT.
All right. Don't worry. This ship is in safe hands. Ish.
Yeah,
ish. Well, thank goodness Biggie and Hood are here, at least for a little bit. Apparently Biggie might jump out. It might be a little bit of a shorter episode. None of this hour and 30 minutes stuff here. But let's just get into it. And let's start, I guess, with ordinals. Since Huda, you're here, and Biggie, I don't actually know how deep in ordinals you are. I know we talk Mega Pixie, Megapont. You bring Mark on all the time. But Huda, I'd just love to give you a chance, man, to just riff on what you're seeing with ordinals, what you're liking, any alpha, just anything you got, because I'm sure you're deeper in it than I am.
Not very deep in it. I just like to stay aware of it because it's fascinating. Again, it's the first blockchain, and we've got these digital collectibles that are really birthed early this year and now all of a sudden maturing, and they are finally maturing enough. The tech around them has been built up to the point where now you probably can or maybe should be looking at them. So what's going on now is a run on BRC20s. Those are like ERC20s, right? They're like meme coins. They're like a currency. They are fungible. So you're seeing a run on those, but they're counting as NFT sales because these bundles of tokens are backed by an NFT. So it's no different than tokenizing really a Pokemon card or a Supreme t-shirt. And we see people doing that out there. Well, now they've tokenized bundles of these BRC20s. They're sold like NFTs. So they're NFTs. It's just wild to see them do, I think earlier today, $18 million in sales volume, flipped Ethereum. That has never happened before. again, it's a significant moment. Don't know that it lasts, but I'll say this. In the long run, I do see a future where maybe Bitcoin does permanently flip Ethereum, both in daily volume and in the long run. I'm talking 20 years out, right? But in the long run, maybe they actually flip Ethereum for all-time sales. Very possible.
That's wild. I mean, Biggie, you think Bitcoin ordinals could like flip ETH NFTs?
Look, this is
Completely.
anything is possible. I understand, and I always have this discussion. I always love bringing it up when I'm in Marfa, right? Because these are some of the biggest artists and coders in the world, and so I always talk about like how DCA, like Daniel Calderon of Venice, Snowfro's brother, really prolific, amazing artist and coder. And I spoke with him, and the first time that I went there, I asked him like, "Do you mint or have you ever considered going into another chain?" He's like, "No, man. I think about permanence, and I want to stay in the great chain that is Ethereum, and that's it." Right? I asked him again this year, different answer. You know, L2s were some of the things that he was interested in then, and is looking at, right? And for some reason, like I think, like when you've come up with Ethereum and everything. You know, people love labeling Bitcoin as the granddaddy chain, you know, like the sit and do nothing chain, right? But, you know, from Satoshi and way back, NFTs were envisioned, right? Like programmable money was part of the whole thing. Like it was never meant to be like a world computer, but it is possible. And that's why I'm so bullish on protocols like Stacks that are building the layer 2, you know, or Lightning Network, Rootstock. Like they are trying to bring this vision forth, and these are very talented and capable teams that I think will be able to do it. And when you pair that with the gargantuan liquidity that is Bitcoin and the Lindy effect that it has, because it is the most unhackable chain, way more than Ethereum. I'm sorry, folks. It just is. It was number one. It was first. Then yeah, I think it's possible, man. 100%. Like I don't see it as like an impossibility. Having said that, I mean, I don't think Ethereum is gonna die either, right? Like, or that it's gonna go away. Like that's another thing. Like no maxi here, dude. Like I'm all about, you know, inclusiveness and remaining agnostic. But I love seeing this moment come to life, right? And like people finally starting to like perk up their ears and pay attention.
Yeah, Huda, I don't know if you have the chart of the, you know, the volume where it flipped that we can pull up here in a moment, but I do have a tweet from Mark, one of the friends of the show, of course, who's been deep into the Bitcoin ordinals world, Stacks world for a long time, sharing some of his thoughts here. So I wanted to call this out and see if y'all have any responses. He's got On-Chain Monkey, to Gods, Orange to Gods, Ninja Alerts, Megapont, of course. You know, the Mega Pixies that we covered on the show is really like my first sort of entrance into ordinals. I've been, you know, kind of slow playing it. And then Ordinal Maxi Biz, what he calls the really only, you know, blue chip ordinal collection. What do y'all think? Do you agree? Anything you'd add?
I think it's fine. I know some are trying to really push that just the first 10K ordinals are the grails. I don't buy that. I think that's people who own them are just trying to pump their bags, and I get why they're doing it. Everyone does it. But yeah, I don't know if we've seen a grail collection yet. Taproot Wizards will be. They're not minted yet, but that is the one I think has all the influencers. They have historic, or I'll say rare stats already reserved for those ordinals. That seems like it's going to be the grail of that ecosystem, like their Bored Ape or their CryptoPunk. But other than that, I don't know. I think they'll kind of move up and down like we were doing on what was that called yesterday? The rate my bags.
Yeah,
I picture just that exact thing happening all throughout that ecosystem because it is so young. Like we have not established a CryptoPunk over there yet. Again, Taproot Wizards may be that.
Yeah, and yeah, that was your first Rate My Bag experience yesterday, Huda, and you did great. You did
cool
fine.
As hell.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you think, how Huda held up during Rate My Bags. But here you go. This is on Crypto Slam, and you can see there on the right blockchains by NFT sales volume. Look at that.
You see the flippening right there. And then even in the collection rankings on the left, there's 4 or 5 collections that are in the 10 selling collections in the past 24 hours there. Mind you, 3 of those are the BRC20s, right? They're those bundled coins. But ordinals themselves, like they're uncategorized, it's just random ordinals, is there at number, let's see, what is it? Number 6. So it's pretty serious volume.
Yeah, and Bitcoin frogs, again, as somebody who's been paying attention but not really closely, kind of in and out, just watching and trying to pick up things on the edges. Bitcoin frogs is one that I've seen, repped as a PFP, very, very broadly. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people in the space repping Bitcoin frogs. They seem to be out there. Again, it looks like number 12 by volume here. That one wasn't mentioned on Mark's list there. What do you think of Bitcoin frogs? Do you know anything about this project? It seems like that is a very popular project.
It's popular, but it's another one that I just think people would like that to be significant, and I don't know that they are as cool as they are, right? There's not a lot of choices, so it's got to be someone. If for now it's Bitcoin frogs, and people keep pushing it as long as they can to make it there.
Yeah, you'll see that, right? Like every project with its community trying to, make their presence known, right? And try to seize that spot. I particularly, when it comes to PFPs, I'm not really, how do you say? That's not my mindset when I'm looking at ordinals. I'm much more attentive to stuff like what Quadrillion is doing, or what Counterfeit Culture is doing, which is another one that hasn't been mentioned, which are like really trying to establish themselves as like the future art, platforms, right? Like, and looking at Gamma too, like for that. But I think it's important not to get yourself like caught up in this FOMO, right? Like right now, everybody's very euphoric. If you don't know what you're doing, or you're not too familiar, just start paying attention for sure. I think those two, three, I would say, are like great starting points. Megapont, Quadrillion, and Counterfeit Culture are like great places where you'll find very knowledgeable people in the space discussing the technology and the different projects that are coming on.
Yeah, and so he did call it Ordinal Maxi Biz. I want to kind of move into your actual strategy or plans here. Like, do you feel like Ordinal Maxi Biz is the one real blue chip? Where are you buying? Are there any other projects that you're actually trying to get into right now?
I'm not, like, honestly, like I still have a very, I don't know, like strong resistance, again, because like this is so new, right? Like for me, Bitcoin has always been a buy and hold strategy, like it's never been like this thing that you use to transact and to do stuff with, like Ethereum. To me, like Ethereum is something that's like, it's gas, right? It's like you're using it to use this decentralized world computer. With Bitcoin, man, it's hard. It's really hard for me to spend my Bitcoin. So I have not. I've still, like, all the majority of the things that I've done on Bitcoin either have been through stacks or initiated in Bitcoin and then transferred or teleburned into ordinals, right? Which is something that Megapon has really been pioneering, and I appreciate that.
What about you, Huda? Are you actually pulling the trigger? Are you buying any ordinals?
No, I have here and there, very early on to learn the tech, and that's the first thing. That's why I do recommend people look at it and maybe do buy something cheap. You got to learn how the tech works, so if something big does drop, you don't miss it. Like, you've all been there early in tech, and the major drop comes, and you don't know how to pump gas, you don't know how to even use your wallet, you don't know how the ecosystem works. That sucks. Like, that's the worst. So get in and find something for $20 to go buy, just to see what it feels like. Transfer between, kind of the technical names I'm trying to remember, but like the Lightning Network and stuff, right? There's multiple wallets you need to use. It's complicated. It's early. Get in there and try it out at least. Personally, I just have some earlier pre 100,000 ordinals and inscription numbers, and that's it. And they're not worth anything, but that's all I've done.
What marketplace or wallet do you like? Is there a resource that we can just share easy, like for getting into ordinals and playing around?
Yeah, what is it, like ordi.market? And again, that's how unplugged I am from it. I really, off the top of my head, I don't know. And there's a few. Check out like Leonidas and Trevor.btc, some of the bigger names out there, because you can use them as a resource, I guess. They've got links to marketplaces, and they're trustworthy, at least. Yeah, not much help with this as far as where to look, though. Magic Eden's safe, right?
Gamma.io.
Gamma.io is fantastic. And you get the best of both worlds, stacks and ordinals. As far as wallets, I'm very I'm prone to Hero Wallet, which rebranded to Leather now. Before it was something else.
There's the Unisats wallet.
That too.
Sparrow, I know I used before. So there's a few, but you know what? We can definitely prep and come with some more
For
resources
sure.
for people for on the next show.
I'm sure we'll be talking more about ordinals, and so yeah, I like your point about it's good to just get in and play around and get a little bit of skin in the game so that you're ready and prepared. So this is Gamma.io, which does look like an interesting marketplace for ordinals worth checking out. Thanks for sharing that one, Biggie, and I'll link that in the chat if y'all are curious and want to dig in there. But I am curious who to also. I know myself, Biggie, and Q are all Megapixie holders. Q's over here talking about how they should really be capturing more of this wave. You know, they tend to take their time and be very intentional, which nothing wrong with that. But Huda, first of all, do you have a Megapixie? And then Biggie, do you think that they could or should be doing more right now to capture this wave?
Don't make me laugh again, man. I think, I don't know, like the team has never been really one to hard shill their stuff, right? Like they've always been more like underground counterculture, like rebels, which is something that I like. And if you're into that, then Megapont is a fantastic place to be in, right? I think the plan for Megapixie is to deliver the infrastructure and be the first to do the teleburn, right? When you open the floodgates to something like that, and hopefully what we're expecting is for a lot of people to bum rush this and start using it, right? And seeing a lot of people teleburn different projects, whether it's like we were discussing in the show earlier, previously rugged, projects that still have a strong community, like maybe like trying to breathe life into it by teleburning into Bitcoin, or others just starting with like a novel project or approach. But I think that's the main reason for being for Megapixie, right? Was to highlight this new, like novel, easy to use technology and have a lot of people embracing it. And if they do well, Megapixie is the first to do it, and it's meant to be like
we bum rushed Huda here. Huda, do you have any Megapixies?
Yeah, this is where I kind of get exposed. So here's the thing. People who work in Web3, like it's your career, you don't get to focus on some of this stuff that is now like household names. So I don't know what the hell Megapixie, Pixel, whatever is.
Right,
like, I've never heard of it.
We'll pull it up in just a second because we love what Megapont's doing with that. But first of all, we also have Hazi Hoyes Haga over here saying Bitcoin Bandits on top. Why? We don't know anything about it. I was showing it off here. This is, I guess, Bitcoin Bandits. And yeah, Magic Eden, I guess, does also have an ordinal marketplace. Let us know why. They're cute.
I think if I remember, you get these from burning other NFTs or something like that. Like I feel like some CryptoPunks were burned to get one of those.
What?
Something crazy like that.
No.
Hopefully he can tell me if I'm wrong.
No way. Somebody burned a CryptoPunk.
I think maybe even two.
All right. Let's pull up Megapixie real quick because this is a fantastic project, interesting project from Megapont, and these are friends of ours that have been in the space doing a very cool thing. So we gotta talk about them. We gotta show them off because they're still minting. This is actual alpha for a very interesting, affordable project. Megapixie from Megapont, they cut the supply to 4,000 ETH. It's just 0.0088, and you can see it's over halfway. It's probably like 60% minted out right now. And yeah, they've already revealed there are these ridiculous unicorn memes. This is the roadmap. I guess we're getting more info here. The roadmap is hilarious on the website. But what is cool and interesting about these is this info right here. Fully on-chain NFT built from assets inscribed on the forever blockchain, Bitcoin. World's first automated teleburn application powered by Pixie. No fee for owning a Megapixie. The teleburn, you can teleburn any NFT if you own a unicorn and pay your inscription fee. with Pixie. So yeah, it's got this very interesting teleburn mechanic where you're minting on Ethereum, these unicorns, and then, you know, can move over to Bitcoin in different ways. But yeah, it's just, again, this is kind of my first entry into playing around with.
And it's not exclusive to Ethereum, right? Like you'll be able to do this with Solana, and I'm not sure like if there's a couple of other protocols that you'll be able to do this, which is, I think, really, really interesting. And a little bit of alpha. There was a previous project that did something like this. It was a little more convoluted, but they already are in the ordinal ecosystem, and that's Mega Punks, which is also a part of the Mega Punk family that obviously started in Ethereum and then moved over to ordinals. Very, very cool. I'm excited. I think the teleburn will be happening, I think, later this week or next week at the latest. So get ready, GIF, to push that unicorn into.
Yeah, and Hazi's over here sharing a little bit more context on the bandits. Some of the bandits burned a punk together to get whitelist for OMB AFIK. Yeah, so a lot's happening over here. Shartfu is one of the founders. I'm not familiar, but they say they're really OG in ordinals. So okay, could be an interesting project. Appreciate you sharing a little bit more details there. I do want to get into some other stories here, but of course, ordinals is going to be an ongoing conversation. So we're going to be doing our best to continue to learn and bring you some alpha and interesting points about it as we all get a little bit more familiar with what's happening over there on the Granddaddy chain. We are blockchain agnostic, of course, here on the Web3 network. If you have not already, smash the like on this. Go ahead and do that. We appreciate it. And especially to these amazing people hanging out with us in the chat today. All right. I see you, Huda. You are sharing some stuff here. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Oh, this is
that just brings us right back. That burning story.
All right. Well, I'll just show it here real quick. So yes, what Hazi is saying is true. There you go. That's the headline on this. But all right, then let's move it on to another big momentous situation happening today, and that is Gordon continuing his buying spree. This seems to just be one of the more ridiculous things about the space, and that's that somebody like a GordonGoner, a beloved person, kind of showing back up and going shopping, can just change the trajectory of the whole NFT market because liquidity is low, because a lot of floors are very thin. You know, Gordon coming in and basically picking up some pieces from some collections that he likes is having a tremendous impact on quite a few of them. One of them in particular that I'll try and see if I can find it is Deadfellas, which, you know, love to see that. We were kind of, I don't want to say we're fudding them. There's the Goblin. Oh, looks like he picked up a Cool Cat, Wrecked Fella, more goblins.
Chimpers.
Wow, he picked up an Atom Bomb Squad. And there you go. There's the Dead Fella. So, you know, we dropped Dead Fellas yesterday because their direction seems to have been kind of off lately, or they just seem to not be really picking up some traction. And then this man tweets that it's been hard not scooping one of these. Love the art, love the project. And the floor jumps like 300%. So I'll pull that up here in a second. But any thoughts on what's happening with Gordon right now?
Let me jump in because I got to go real quick. But I think that, you know, in spite of the fact that we all like to fancy ourselves value investors, and I think it's important to have that mindset when you are collecting from projects, right? Like looking at the fundamentals, the team and treasury and the roadmap and all these other things. We are a narrative driven market, 100%. We're super sensitive to it. And when somebody like him comes in and does something like that, well, it's going to react. So no surprise there. I'm pumped. I love to see it. With that said, fellas, I love you.
Hell yeah, man. Biggie, appreciate you coming
Good
through.
luck, Biggie.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon. And that means, you know, for at least a few more minutes here, again, we might cut it a little short today, but we'll see how far it can go with just Huda.
Let's see what we can do, man.
Yeah, it's, hey, you know what? We can pound it out over here, get a fist bump.
Damn.
Hey, there it is. All right. We're talking about Deadfellas real quick because look at this chart, man. I just think it's worth just taking a step back, right? This is the 30-day. You can see despite what Deadfellow, like all the work Deadfellows has been doing. They've been shipping cool stuff, cool experiences, doing events, even talking about launching a AAA game, and yet you just kind of see this sort of stair step downward. Just nothing really happening, nothing moving the floor. And then Gordon tweets, and look at that giant freaking spike in activity and volume over there. Any thoughts?
Man. I've never seen a more perfect chart to show what NFT traders or collectors value. It's not building. They don't care about building. They say they do. They don't. They care about a guy buying it and them getting excited. That's what they care about. That's it. We've seen that now for years. That chart is the best I've ever seen to show it.
Yeah, it is wild, man. And all right, let's just go back and cover a few more of these. He picked up an Atom Bomb Squad.
Right.
What else has he got? What else are you seeing in here? I'm just gonna.
He got a D-Gods. He got a really nice gold skin Pudgy Penguin. He got great NFTs, but I'm more looking at what he didn't get. Right? Let's get a little controversial.
Okay.
He's never going to touch a CyberKong. There's something there, man. I don't know what it is, but I swear to you, there's some kind of weird rivalry. They will never mention the CyberKongs. Early on, people accused them of like ripping off the CyberKongs because they were the first like kind of monkey or ape project. Bored Apes came out. They got all that hype and stuff, and deservedly so. But ever since then, there's no ever mention of Kongs who are so well respected. And it's something I am aware of, and I know others see it too. I just always wonder if there's something there, if there's like bad blood. Probably not, but I am watching to see if he grabs a Kong tomorrow.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, man. And I wonder, if it's the OG communities weren't getting along, if it's because they're apes, like what happened, But we saw a cool cat. Looks like a G tag here also included. The wrecked guy was pretty dope. He actually calls the wrecked guy my spirit guide. Probably.
Wrecked guys are awesome, man. Yeah, so many of these I wish I had. There's just so many cool NFTs that have legit cool communities with them. That cool.
Yeah, the one that bums me out is he's going into goblins, which is it's fine, whatever.
Yeah, they're kind of wild, but I don't get it. They're cool though.
Yeah, we got Opepin. Very cool.
That was an Opepin?
Doodles. I'm pretty sure that looks like an Opepin to me. Oh wait, that's not from him though. Oh, but it is tweeted at him. Yeah. So somebody, if you can confirm, did he pick up an Opepin? Let us know. It does look like a doodle.
Nice also. One too.
Yeah. No, all these that he's picking up are fucking grails.
Total grails. Yeah, it's awesome. Imagine getting to go shopping like that. Like, what would you do if you had? What did he spend? Like 600 ETH? I mean, no, that was just on one NFT. He spent 600 ETH, dude. Imagine having that.
At this time too, when it really seems like you're timing it very well at the bottom, man. This guy he's fucking smart, man. He's next level. All right, any other thoughts on that before we keep it going on to the next story here?
Man, again, just watching for tomorrow. He said he's got like 3 more to buy. He gave an exact number of how many more NFTs he's buying. Let's see what they are.
Right on, man. All right, here is the next one, a follow-up from yesterday on another project that was pumping yesterday. Again, it's just awesome to see so much action and green, people getting excited, the vibes. Okay, real quick question for you before we move on, Huda. Is vibes basically just a euphemism for money, for pumping my bags, for number go up?
Yeah, it's like a newer WAGMI. It's all the same thing. It's just a term to describe you want easy money. I don't know. Yeah. It's cool. I like all our slang, man. Yeah.
Vibes are high today.
Yeah.
Green on my charts. So yeah, let us know. What do you think? Is vibes basically just saying, pump my bags, the numbers going up, feels good, man, because it's green charts. It kind of seems that way. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. Shout out Nick Swerves and Squashman over there going crazy. Oh, Squashman saying no Opepin. They just sent him that photo. Okay, so thank you for checking in on that one. But I wouldn't be surprised if he did pick up an Opepin. That seems like it would be a smart move. All right, this is a follow-up from yesterday's Supducks rumor. There was a rumor that sent Supducks flying that they would be getting purchased, bought out, acquired. Does seem like that has been shown to not be true. That's the latest update. So yeah, seems like this was basically a rumor started by some people in the community that wanted to pump it. Kind of a weird situation.
My boy Carlini, I think he tweeted out yesterday that the new meta is going to be saying you're getting bought out. And that's happened before. I remember that previous cycles, everybody said that, or everybody speculated about their project, and we saw it again tomorrow or yesterday, and hey, it works.
I guess if it works, man, it's misinformation and disinformation. You know, it's unfortunate that so much of X and thus the space runs on these false rumors. But hey, it is what it is, man. I don't know. You got any other thoughts on that? I mean, there's not really much you can do about it, honestly, right? Like, what can you do?
No, yeah, it's not on the project. I mean, that's just kind of word gets out. It could start from the community where they have no control over that stuff unless it originated with them. And I bet it didn't. Like, their team is awesome. They're professional. I don't think that came from them in any way. So yeah, no thoughts. I mean, ultimately, the market always discovers what's real and what's not. And when it does, the price will usually reflects that. So that's what we're seeing now with them.
Yeah, Swerve is saying bags are immaculate, referring to Goner, of course, and fully agree. Faded by Diamond 74, shout out to you. Have you guys heard of Alpha Shares NFT marketplace? No, I haven't. Are you gonna shill us?
I want to hear.
Yeah. Let us know more about it, but happy to have you here with us. Here's a follow-up from yesterday. We're going to keep it moving. We're just going to hit as many things as we can while I got Huda with me here. Tag Tech. This is the Friend Tech competitor coming from Machi Big Brother. There's really not that much info. It's all very sort of mysterious, other than it basically launched yesterday. Currently in beta. So here's the website, what it looks like. They did have an allow list signing up through X, which I think I can get into it so you can open the web app. Let's actually see real quick if this stuff just... You
do Friend Tech? Have you played there?
Just a little bit. I do have some very affordable keys. If anybody wants to go sweep my Friend Tech floor, feel free to do that. Not financial advice. So I'm on there. I played around in Stars Arena a little bit. It was very unfortunate watching how that went, but this is a new one, man. What do you think? I haven't logged in yet to start, but this is the beta. Maybe I'll try right now. What do you think about all this?
Is going to take off, you know, like I know Friend Tech already did, and maybe they're going to be awesome in the long run. Yeah, I just like seeing people build. That's it. Like I always say, I'm just an enjoyer, and I really am. I love to see new things pop up and consider it might fail in a week. Totally could, but I just like to watch the process of building. Eventually one of these sticks, eventually one of these changes the industry. Like I think this model is similar to what we'll see, I guess, X evolve into. It's going to be very, SoFi is here and it's here to stay. It's just who gets it right. So yeah, I just love to watch it, man.
Yeah, I like that take. I agree with you, man. Somebody was talking about how SocialFi is sort of like NFTs for people who don't create things or who aren't like artists, because it gives you an opportunity to create these reward systems, play around with the tokens, social tokens, and create your own community. And you don't have to create a whole PFP or art project or anything like that. Yep. Right? How do you feel about that?
That's perfect. Yeah. I mean, they're the same thing as NFTs in a way. If you're gating a community or a chat room or DMs or whatever, it's the exact same thing. So yeah, I like that analogy. It works perfectly. And I like that there is now a way for people who are maybe a little less technical or artistically inclined to be able to do the same thing. I like it.
Right on, man. And I'm going to go ahead, by the way, and share the link for this episode in the chat right there. If you don't mind, go ahead and sharing that out. It would be awesome to get a few more friends in here, and just know that we see you. We appreciate y'all, and also appreciate the likes. If you want to smash it, save a chungo, lick the like. But yeah, that link is in chat right now. We're hanging out with my man Huda. Wow. Nifty Q goes off and does whatever Nifty Q does. I don't know. Parties, gets wild. Probably going to another bachelor party. I don't know.
That man's about to have a good time.
Yeah, he's doing whatever he does. So we're having our own show up here today. So yeah, if you want to share that out, link is in the chat. Appreciate y'all, and to those getting busy over there. Hey, we got Valve's BTW over on Twitch hanging out with us. We always love to see a new friend on Twitch. Great to have you here with us. And all right, yeah, let's just wrap up this Tag Tech SocialFi conversation. I'm going to try my best real quick to actually log in here, see if this works. So yeah, let me make sure I got this pulled up Here it is. All right, we're going to go into the web browser. We'll just see if we can get a quick look at this since it literally just launched yesterday.
Yeah, can't wait to see. I can't even, like, I've never seen the interface even.
Yeah, so here we go. Authorizing. Welcome. Hey, here we go. Complete your profile. First thing, you can see this, right?
No. It left me on the main
here we go. Here we go. I literally just logged in. Can you see this now?
Yep.
Cool. Complete your profile, connect X and your wallet to enable tag features. So I have X connected. I would have to connect a wallet. I won't do that right now. But here you go. This is the first look at Tag Tech right when you log in. There you go. Add wallet. And it looks like we got to discover.
Are you a millionaire yet?
You got tag holders holding over here. You can search for usernames, addresses, and ENS, it looks like. And so I guess, just like Stars called theirs tickets to the arena, Friendtech has their keys. It looks like they're calling them tags over here. You got your chats, normal chat and tag chat. Okay, interesting. We'll be playing around to figure out what the difference is there. You got your profile activity. Look at that. People are over here. There's definitely activity happening.
Interesting. Wow. What blockchain is this on?
Great question, man. That's a great question.
Assuming base too.
It would be smart to do it on base, I think. But yeah, let's go try and find that here in a second. If y'all know what Tag Tech is on, let us know in the chat what blockchain. Here you go. Rewards. Over there in the bottom right of the UI this week, the proportion of weekly rewards you'll be earning, 0.01%. So that means what? That's 1,000 weeks if it's done that way, right? So every week for 1,000 weeks, if they don't change it, if it doesn't ramp up or scale, I assume it'll change when they go out of beta, right? So usually during beta, they have a smaller percentage. And then when it launches, they increase that percentage. So, okay. So right now the allocation per week is 0.01. Overall, the proportion of overall rewards you've earned, and you can see my rank, 825.
Not bad.
I'm 825 with 0% proportion. So, okay.
Hell yeah.
There's at least about 1,000 people already who have joined in on the app. But there you go. That's a quick look at Tag Tag. Man, we just glazed Machi super hard. You're welcome, sir.
Pretty sweet. Dude, getting in early is always the best too. So yet another thing worth peeking at if that stuff interests you in any way. And SoFi will be huge. So look at it.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing. This isn't sponsored, obviously. Like we're not sponsored by Machi or Tag Tech. We're just trying to show you the thing because that's exactly right. There's a saying that we like here. I credit Saigo from our community with this. I don't know if he got it from somebody else. But he basically said something like friction is the friend of profits, right? And that's why it's like getting in early, especially in Web3 when it's difficult for a lot of people to get in, is often where you find the biggest rewards. And holy shit, y'all are not going to believe what just happened. We've got a special cameo. Is this an airport cameo?
Oh, man.
What the fuck is going on here?
Hold on,
Through the security line.
Security line cameo?
Oh, my God.
This has to be a first.
I'm trying, man.
We've never had an NFT Live security line cameo. All right, give us the quick update.
Yeah.
How does it smell? How clean is the airport? He's chopping in and out already. This is not gonna work. All right. Well, hey, if you come back, we'll bring you back up, but you're chopping in and out. But yeah, just know Nifty Q is with us, both in spirit and at Spirit Airlines. So smash the like for that. And all right, yeah, that threw me out. But let's just wrap up the SocialFi conversation. Usually getting in early on things like this, can get you outsized rewards, not financial advice. There might be an opportunity. Looks like about 1,000 people already in there playing around. Just launched yesterday. What do you think, Huda? Are you going to go fuck around with Tag Tech? Do you have any other thoughts on SocialFi specifically or moves that you'd be making right now?
Money follows Machi, so I'm definitely going to be looking at it. I'm going to sign up. I may buy a tag and get active. I felt like I got in Friendtech too late to actually do any damage over there, so maybe this is a chance to do the opposite, do it right. So yeah, I'll be over there.
Okay. I can't hear you, Gif.
Yeah, Gif, I lost you.
I was saying we got Q back. Are you in the bathroom now, Q?
No. I'm like right next to a window. Sorry. Dude, the friend tech stuff, I needed to get you guys the info because the really interesting thing right now with it just launching is that they have that ITO effect, right? I put it in the chat. So there's like larger accounts like Icebergy who are like, I don't know, I haven't checked their friend tech price, but what you have with the ITO features, everybody could buy in at once. Right, so it's all 0.01 for an account as big as Icebergy. That's the big thing, and then the other thing is friend tech is potentially getting the airdrop.
Oh, initial tag offering, or
Yes.
what is
So
that?
you don't have that. You don't. So for a
Oh.
24-hour period, everyone gets the same price. You don't have this ramping effect where you're competing with all the bots and stuff.
That's interesting. So it's just for a 24-hour period right now?
Yeah. Well, these early accounts are doing this ITO, right? So you don't have to compete and say, oh, I'm buying after the 50th person. Everybody gets in at the same time. Icebergy is probably the biggest account. I appreciate you, Swerve, for noticing my haircut. I did it just for you, bro.
Yeah, you're looking absolutely immaculate. Mwah. Bags immaculate, hairstyle immaculate. Yeah, well, let us know, Q, if you can find it and drop it in our Telegram or in the chat, like where we can find the list of these people who are ITOing. Because yeah, man, that could be a move. And basically the idea there is again, you miss out on the bots, front running you. You miss out on, maybe that crazy bonding curve that just becomes ridiculous expensive if you get in early. And this is really an innovation on SocialFi now. Like these are taking learnings from friend tech, some of the things that didn't work or weren't great about it. And now you've got a new way to get a whole bunch of people speculating on these tags and these people's keys.
Yeah. And so people were shitting on Machi saying, like, this guy's doing something that's just kind of speculative, which 100% it is. That's Machi, but he's also doing something like you're saying that's pretty innovative. So if you go onto the platform, you can see the ITOs that are happening now. It's just a drop down, and you can see all of them. They're like it's on a 24-hour auction. So, dude, who knows? Also, there's a friend tech airdrop, but they haven't released the details, right? So, if you're a user of friend tech, you might get some friend tech or some tag tech tokens because they're not even doing the points. They came out right away and said, "We're not doing points. We're doing a fucking token."
Wait, who said that? Tag said that?
Tag said that.
Wow.
Here you go. Now that you said it, we really didn't dig into it because I didn't know what it was. This is the ITO tab here. So all of these people are offering ITOs right now for 0.01 ETH.
Yep. So look, Icebergy's right there, and Icebergy's a pretty large account there.
Wow.
It's like 19 hours.
Hey,
so
hey,
it's on. Yeah.
What blockchain is this on? Do you know?
Base. So it's
on Base.
Yep.
Wow.
I wonder if we're going to see people selling off their friend tech keys, get that liquidity to move over here.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Look. Nothing we talk about here is financial advice, but this is alpha. This is absolutely alpha right here that's being dropped in real time as we look at Tag Tech. So Nifty Q's literally piping in from the airport to bring this to us. My man does not rest. He does not rest. Bringing the alpha. Yeah, love that. ITO. So it's initial tag offering. That's interesting. And tags are like the friend tech keys or the tickets in Stars Arena. So there you go, man. Any last thoughts on that before we keep it moving?
So again, the friend tech points are not tradable, right? But these are. So they said, hey, we're coming out right away. It's not points, it's a token. So it's tradable. I don't know what it's looking at. You have to look at like Dex tools to see this token trading. But we'll see, man. It could be a big old dud. We don't know.
Well, just like anything in the space, it's high risk, high reward, man. But yeah, thanks for jumping in to add in a few more details for us here. I was gonna keep it going to the next story. We got Shrapnel. So since you're here, Q, go ahead and let us know what you think about this one. Shrapnel Token. The Shrap token, lifeblood of Shrapnel, is launched, and it's now on Bybit, KuCoin, Bitmart, BitGet, HTX, probably a lot of others incoming. Yeah, what do you think, man?
That like the next generation of gaming, right? Like what you see the gameplay trailers, and these are like imminent. So I think it's a December launch now that it's scheduled for, at least maybe in beta mode. But yeah, the Shrapnel token will do probably extremely well. Not financial advice. There is a public land sale, so they're doing in I'm looking at the node details now, so I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth with any of that, but there's going to be a public land sale as well that basically offers Shrapnel rewards over time.
Right on, man. I'm going to actually pull up a little bit more of what the gameplay is looking like. Apparently this is a Japan map, so you can see it, what this is looking like. What do you think, Huda? Have you been following Shrapnel? You got any thoughts on the Shrap token or what's happening?
No,
here?
it's just, I mean, it's definitely, it's definitely play to earn game season, or, the time for Web3 games. I can't believe it is actually here, but it genuinely is here. And this looks incredible. What is this, like a battle royale?
It's what are they
Extraction
call it?
shooter.
Extraction shooter. So I think the idea is, you're all in an area, you're trying to get out, but also you're extracting people's loot. That's the other part of this that's really interesting, is it very much has the Ready Player One mechanic of you're strapped up with a bunch of different in-game assets, and if you die, people can fucking loot them. People can go and grab all your shit. I think that's one of the coolest fucking mechanics that you can have in a game, is that you've got those stakes in every game. And when you die, you actually lose something. And when you win, you're actually gaining a whole ton of value potentially.
Yeah, those games are huge. Bungie's next game is going to be an extraction shooter. Those are very mainstream, very popular games. Throw in NFTs and crypto stuff, and I think you will have people that will eat that up.
Heck yeah, man. Shout out to the Shrapnel team. Yeah, go ahead, Q.
Well, yeah, Alluvium, I think, got a shout out on some major profiles as well. So Alluvium is up 20%, Prime Token is up 20%, and we know the avatars went really well in this last run up as well. I think they're up like 100% in 7 days. So a lot is happening to this point.
Yeah, just in case you didn't believe, he's actually coming to you live from the airport. There you go, proving it. Yes, this is the Alluvium price. You can see up almost 20%, about 18% just on the day right now. I think there was a big announcement that I'll try and find. I don't remember exactly what it is, but there's definitely something driving this, although it is part of a larger narrative and a larger meta right now of play to earn games, of Web3 games, and gaming tokens, games with tokens, starting to outperform, do tremendously well over the last few weeks. So any last thoughts on Shrapnel, on Alluvium, or any of the Web3 games? You did throw a parallel in there, the avatars, maybe we can pull those up in a second. Yeah,
there was something weird with the Shrapnel operators, which is their NFT. They ran up. I think they might have had some type of airdrop component, because and it sucks that we're not knowledgeable enough to give you all this info, but I think there was a huge sell-off. They kind of came back up, but parallel avatars doing extremely well here. It's almost we've been talking about it for a while.
Almost a 0.4 floor now. That's wild, man. Yeah, that's as far as a gaming avatar other than Yuga, what other gaming NFTs are holding a floor of this value? Can you name one other Web3 game?
I probably can. My Pet Hooligan is probably 0.5 if I had to guess. 0.5 or something like that.
0.56 is what it looks like. Imposters, what about them? Huda, do you know Imposters?
I probably need to see it to remember.
Nick, I rolled out of bed like this, bro. There's no pomade in this.
Is this it? Is this the one? I think this is it.
Yeah, well, in that case, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, this is an interesting one, man, because there's some big YouTubers and people behind Imposters, and it's you never hear about it in the community. That's why I just want to get your take if you're aware of it. So that one's, I guess, doing okay. They haven't really launched anything, but I guess it's game driven. Anyway, can anyone here send me a tag tech invite from Rebel? I don't know. Is that how it works? I guess I got invite codes now, probably, since I'm in. So yes, actually, I can probably drop some tag tech invites in the chat for you if you hang in here and share out the show, give it a like, share it out, and I will drop some, if I can find them. I should be able to drop some tag tech invites here in just a moment. So great call.
Adding on to that as well, I don't know what we're doing for the show tomorrow. I'd love to run it from where we're at once I get to Florida, but Dick Cryptolorian has some invites for Big Time. So apparently you need some invites there.
But we could do a little giveaway for Big Time, which is like an RPG in the Web3 gaming space.
Right on, man. I think I found my invite code. I just dropped it in the chat. So Rebel, go check it out and let me know if it works for you. Because we're
It's not going to work.
Okay.
It's why it's not going to work, because Biggie Poppins is using that already.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yo, Biggie Alpha Chad Poppins, aka the Code Sniper. We know you're out there lurking, bro. We know you're out there. But no, give it a shot. Let me know if it works. Because again, you're part of this experiment. We're just learning together, man. I don't know. I don't know how this works. We're figuring it out together live. And we literally have Nifty Q sitting at the fucking airport. That's just how we roll. That's how we do it here on NFT Live sometimes. We just do whatever we can. Whatever life throws at us, we're going to keep showing up, trying to bring y'all the highest quality editorial, entertainment, and educational content across Web3. That's what we try and do here. And now we got our man Huda, who's jumping in too. Love to fucking see it. All right, vibes are high today. Vibes are good. Let's keep it going on to, I don't know, maybe the last story. We're going to keep it relatively short today. We already hit a lot of cool stuff. Sandbox game. Or what is this update here, Q? So I'm going to pull this up right now.
It's tough that we're going off on this one. We got to find another one.
Yeah.
But this one was funny.
Go ahead. We got Order of the Peaky Blinders. Oh, okay. We got a Peaky Blinders experience coming. We're thrilled to announce a new partnership with Banijay Group to bring the acclaimed series into Sandbox Metaverse. Get ready to immerse yourself in the gritty world of the Peaky Blinders as a new gang member. Okay, look. I actually think that this is a relevant and good segue from what we were just talking about, which is that Web3 gaming, the meta around games with tokens, which remember, there is Sand Token out there, that it's really picking up right now. So what I see is Sandbox doing their best to try and remind everybody like, yo, we're still here doing cool shit too. Don't forget about us. Come and play the Peaky Blinders game in Sandbox. So I just feel like they're out there trying to make sure that you're also remembering about them, staying in the conversation a little bit. I'm going to go try and pull up the Sand Token, but yeah, what do y'all think? Are you excited to become a gang member in the Peaky Blinders Sandbox experience?
Man, I want to love Sandbox, but after 2.5 years, 3 years of waiting for anything to come out, I don't know, dude. I just kind of don't care anymore. Am I alone with that?
I'm absolutely with you 1,000%, but somebody's buying the token. Look at that 1 month chart, up 34% on the 1 month. I mean, they've got to be largely just profiting off of the market liquidity, the meta of gaming, things picking up again for games. Because are more people actually using their game? I doubt it. Is this the Bitcoin of the Web3 gaming ecosystem? Is that really what it is?
Well, I feel like one of the reasons why we give Parallel their flowers all the time is because they've intricately been able to see both an increase in their NFTs and their token price. So when you look at something like Sandbox, you're saying, well, token's up 35%, but the landowners are wrecked. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do they get that going in the right direction so they don't end up like crypto voxels? So I agree with you, Huda. Like I'm not too bullish on at least from the landowner's perspective. Maybe the token does well, but yeah, not bullish.
Yeah. Well, it is right now. If you bought in a month or two ago, you're looking pretty sweet already.
I mean, is that any gaming token right now though?
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I would not be buying or holding Sand in my opinion, but that is, yeah, I think Q, you brought up an interesting point. Like the NFTs, the way that they built their ecosystem, and just the technology and the application and the game itself does not excite me. It does not. It just doesn't get me excited. And that's why with Huda, the way that you explained it, I'm right there with you, man. So I don't know. Let us know in the comments over here. Are you buying Sand? Are you bullish on Sandbox? Can they turn it around and become, what everybody wanted them to be? What at one time we all believed they could be, which was a leader in Web3 gaming and the metaverse. Let us know what you think. I definitely continue to have my doubts. Rebel Cartagena over here, sorry if I'm mispronouncing, saying thank you. Looks like my code worked. I mean, again, confirm, but it looks like it worked. So that's dope. So there's an invite code or an invite link for Tag Tech over in the comments that appears to have worked. Also asking, do you guys think bitmaps will outperform Sandbox? So I'm not super familiar with bitmaps, but I guess it is sort of a metaverse land plot that's an ordinal, like an early ordinals land plot. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, honestly.
Will it outperform what? What was that question?
Sandbox? I think it was Sandbox.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a great question though. And again, we are chain agnostic. We do our best to cover everything. We focus a lot on Ethereum, but we try and cover Solana and now Bitcoin ordinals. So we're going to be going deeper into everything happening on Bitcoin ordinals. And I have heard like Kane Mayfield was really big on bitmaps. I think he actually made a whole fucking bag getting in early on bitmaps. So I've heard a lot of people talking about it. I don't know very much about it. If you've got any more info that you'd like for us to be knowing about or checking into on bitmaps, would love for you to share that. And I'm sure we'll be learning more about it in the future. Again, as we continue to dive deeper down the ordinal rabbit hole, because yeah, crazy. I don't really have a lot of other big things to cover. So Huda, Nifty Q, any last thoughts on this crazy day? What's going on with the ordinals? What's going on with GordonGoner? Any other stories that you want to throw in here in the last few minutes of this special episode?
I'd say Q go first, just in case we lose you.
Oh, damn it. No, you go first, because I was literally gonna be like, I'll let Huda go first. So
That totally works.
together.
Okay, I dropped you a link here in our private chat. It's a game that is on my radar. I am secretly very bullish on it now, no longer secretly. Just putting it out there for you. It's alpha. It is alpha, right? Or do we say it's not alpha? Whatever it is, make sure you know what Valeria Games is and watch everything they do. That is one of the smartest teams I've seen in all of Web3 who've been building this game now for a couple of years. They got delisted from OpenSea, so it's really important to say that. They don't know why. OpenSea's not said why. Maybe they're a little too pumpy with how they announced their token, but they have a token. You get it through their land. All that stuff sold out. They have a rabid community, and I think they got some really interesting shit coming. So just be watching those guys.
Looks like some Azuki IP built in here.
Yeah, okay. That's some of the stuff that they got cooking. Is that a new video today?
When was this posted? It looked like it was posted in the last day or two.
Yep. Okay, just expect a lot of interesting stuff from them.
Oh no, this is October 15th. So this has been out a couple weeks. But okay, so yeah, so you're just very bullish because the team,
seeing the type of whales that are in there and who have been collecting and stacking that land, and the land is how you generate their token, and that's the only way you get it. That they have a physical card game, they have all the components that you would need, and they've been doing it the right way for now, again, 2+ years. It got a lot of confidence in what they're doing there.
All right, man. Yeah, thanks for bringing that in. Not super familiar. I think I saw them when they were like first announced or something a little while ago. But yeah, we really haven't talked much about them. So thanks for bringing that in. And you can see here, by the way, the NFT Go X or Twitter plugin is so dope because you can just see a lot of the details around their tokens or their NFTs right here in the app. You can see they only got one whale holder, but hey, at least they got some whale holders. Over 1,600 total holders.
What do they consider a whale holder? That's interesting.
Yeah, they've got their own metrics for what I think it's like if the wallet has over 1 million in value, like worth of NFTs in it.
Huh. Okay. You know what? That might be because of the OpenSea delisting then, because they had to spin up their own marketplace, which worked out perfect. They had already built it and it was ready to go live the next week anyway. So that could be why. Yeah,
so this is the land, Valeria Games Genesis Lands.
Yeah.
So here you go. If you click through, it takes you straight to their page on NFT Go. 0.35. Yeah, the land thing is hard to get me excited about sometimes, just because again, it's been kind of bastardized. Oh, these look kind of very familiar to Other Side, actually.
They really do, huh? Yeah,
very familiar to Other Side. I have to say that. But yeah, just because. I don't know, man. So many of the metaverse land sales have not aged very well. It's just hard to get me kind of down that rabbit hole.
Well, I will add the context there. The metaverse land plays were good while they were good. So if you were able to get into Sandbox when Sandbox was popping off, you did extremely well. And that goes for a lot of metaverse land plays. So I think that's the only thing is if we are coming up to another type of run, there is an opportunity for, metaverse land is tough for me, even in this next run. But I just wanted to add that context. Like, if you did get into that, and were able to sell, you did well.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Prodigy's saying Huda and DJ Savage are twins.
I don't know who is that. Can you pull it up?
He's another homie who's a contributor on the network. You got the same sort of, skinny beard face thing. Yeah.
Red beard.
Yeah. Red. I guess his beard is kind of red. All right. I see it. He was one of our OG community members and contributors. Shout out DJ Savage, wherever you are. Squashman, maybe this is a great way to go out here and sort of round it up. He's got the question of what are your predictions for Gordon's 4 pickups tomorrow? What do you think they're going to be? His guesses are Nouns, World of Women, Oni Force, let's go, and Pixel Vault. All right, so those are Squashman's predictions. I think this is a great question to kind of round it out. So I'm going to think hard on what mine are going to be. Either of y'all got a couple you want to jump in with?
I think he's doing a lot of the 2021 cleanup, right? Like, there's a lot of projects, like Atom Bomb Squad. The fact that he picked that one up, I'm like, what the hell? But
Squash has got to feel good about that. By the way, I mean, we were talking about where the fuck have they been? And
that's true. Squash has been putting on for that collection for a while. I think World of Women's a good guess. Gutter Cats, although I liked what Huda was talking about with the competition piece. I don't know if Gutter Cats obviously not now, but maybe there is some like thing in the back of his mind where like there's not a reason why he hasn't picked it up. But that's an OG collection that deserves to be brought up. I don't really know other than World of Women and Gutter Cats.
Q, you talking Cyberkongs? Because that's who I was referring to earlier.
Yes, that's who. Yeah, I think you were talking about Cyberkongs and there being some type of, I don't know what I said there. Did I not say Cyberkongs?
Did he? Maybe he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, just not quite as much traction on Atom Bombs. You definitely can see a spike in activity in the last 24 hours around that. Some definitely volume up a little bit. Volume's up 2,500% because there was basically no volume, very little volume. But yeah, almost 100 sales off of this. So definitely some incoming volume and a little bit of traction for the Atom Bombs off of this. Look at that. So yeah, but not, maybe not as big as some of the others. And again, I feel like they kind of fell off, and it sucks to say that, man. I was a big believer too, but there's so much potential there. The Atom Bombs were just weird, man. Anyway, some solid predictions there from Nifty Q. Huda, what do you think, man? Actually, real quick, before we get into Huda's, you get a few more seconds to come up with your ideas here, Q. Sorry, Huda. Q. Gutter Cats is an interesting one. Huda did bring up the Cyberkongs, that there's like some reason, some weird energy for maybe why he's not going there. Gutter Cats was also an OG PFP that kind of like riffed off of the Bored Apes in a lot of different ways. Do you think that might actually be against them here?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught me saying that. The connection might be bad, but yeah, I think maybe I was guessing Gutter Cats would be a collection that's kind of still there, right? They're like trying to build, so it makes sense for Gordon to say, "Hey, let me give you some love." But maybe there's some animosity there. Dude, I don't know. Am I coming okay? Like,
we got. Actually, your video looks fucking amazing. It looks great, by the way. But all right, yeah. Huda, what do you think, man?
Okay, I think I'm going to give you maybe some more spicy options here. I think it'd be really interesting to see him go and grab a significant ordinal. I think that'd be really interesting, especially they got those 12-fold NFTs over there. So what if he even bought, like he's been doing, a Yuga Labs NFT and he went and bought a 12-fold? So that would be interesting. Of course, watching to see if he goes for a Cyberkong. Also think it would be interesting if he grabbed a V1 Punk. Again, another Yuga Lab asset. They do own those, right? Those were transferred to...
they own V1s too? Okay.
They do. They had 1,000 that were transferred to them when they took on the Punks. So that would be cool. That would be a huge boost for that community too. I don't know if it'll happen because they've always tried to like distance themselves from that. Both Larva Labs did that. Actually, they were a little more aggressive than that. But Yuga Labs has always distanced themselves from them while owning it. So that'd be huge. Trying to think if there's a fourth that I think would be interesting or likely or whatever. But
I'll say this. So I really hope, like, I don't think he's bought Azuki, right? I hope he doesn't.
You don't like Azuki?
Sorry. I'm just not the biggest fan, man. For various reasons about, you know, the people behind it and some of the things that they've done. Look, I no shade at like the people in the community, right? It's just I hope it's not Azuki, but it could be. Yeah. Like I'll throw Azuki out as a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised, but I much more hope it's an Oni Force. I think he absolutely should pick up an Oni Force. I do think like an Opepen, if he hasn't done that already, makes total sense. Or a checks.
He grabbed the checks. I saw in his wallet.
He did grab a checks.
Talk about it, yeah, but he did.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see an Opepen. I think, you know, Captain Kong over here saying that art's feeling undervalued. You know, he's definitely focusing on PFPs with these. He's really not focusing on art NFTs as much as just the PFPs. Did he pick up a Sappy Seal? I know he got.
He did. It was one of his early ones.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that would be another one that I think could be in there. And I don't know. Other than that, I do think Nouns makes a lot of sense. Nouns is fucking legit.
That would be a really cool pickup. Yeah, that would be interesting. What about a Crypto Funk?
Crypto
How
what?
funny would that be?
Wait, a Crypto what?
A Crypto Funk.
A Funk?
You know the Funks, right? The whole poly thing. Like, imagine if he did that in a way to troll.
Yeah, I never really got into them, but that would be a funny troll.
Yeah.
It's like Hashmaster or Avastars.
Avastars would
maybe.
Be awesome, dude.
Yeah. Depends on his appetite to just like buy and hold long term, I guess, and just throw that money away. To me, there was like a lot of people that were giving him FUD, and it kind of, I don't like to get involved in the drama that much, but there were a lot of people saying, hey, you guys just laid off a bunch of people, like, and then now you're spending $1 million. Yuga's always going to be this lightning rod for drama, and it sucked to see those takes because the guy can do whatever he wants with his money. I guess wrapping up, because I got to run. I'm like, it's tough for me to be in this environment because I do think the vibes, like you guys are saying, but more so like the sentiment is really strong. And I'm sitting here thinking that we might actually be back, and there's going to be a clip here that you probably can play in a month when we're like down 50%. But
yeah,
I just wonder like how I'm positioning myself. Like, it's been very much a survival mode, and you kind of have to switch that mental mode there now. And you know, the Telegram group has been growing and growing, and if you're interested in providing value and things like this, I'd implore you to reach out, because now is the time, right? If this is going to be some sort of switch into bull market mode, we want to be grinding during that time. So super stoked. But there's a bunch of questions. If anything, it's fun that Gordon is doing this, though.
Yeah, man, I agree. And Huda, you got any sort of last thoughts on any of that and what Nifty Q shared before we wind this down?
I think you guys covered it, man. As far as just us being back in bull run and being in position to play it smartly, I agree that is coming. So be smart, stay engaged. If the alpha's here in Telegram, get your ass in the Telegram. I'm going to start looking there more for sure. Yeah, dude, we're back. We really are. I feel very safe saying that right now. Back for how long, though? That's really the question.
Right on, man. I love it. And again, shout out to all of y'all out there who are hanging out with us, kicking it with us on this Wednesday, November 8th. Huda, it's so great to have you here, sir. Chilling with us, getting in the mix with us here on NFT Live. Y'all smash the like for this man, and also check him out, Huda_idiot on X. I did throw my Tag Tech invite one more time into the chat in case you want to check it out. I have to say, that was one of the cooler things that we kind of looked into today, in my opinion, just because we got some alpha and some interesting innovation on SocialFi with this ITO initial token tag offering situation. Might be a thing. Not financial advice, y'all. It's risky. It's risky out there, but I might go get in on one or two of these ITOs and just roll the dice on that. But I have to say, just clicking around in it with y'all here while we're live, checking it out, the user interface definitely feels way above and beyond what FriendTech was. And it actually feels improved, it feels improved upon even what Stars Arena was doing. to be honest. So better UI for what Machi's doing. Got to say that on initial look.
I appreciate those takes too, because I haven't really been in the app. I'm at 1% battery here. I wanted to give Huda a shout out because I think his updates are now being pushed to Crypto Slam and their main profile. So I want to give you a shout out, brother. I see you grinding, but I appreciate y'all too. If I drop out here, my battery's dead. But yeah, our vibe, our tribe for sure.
Hell yeah, man. And a couple last comments to get in here. And Q, big love to you for coming through at the airport, my guy, adding value no matter where you are. His phone's about to die, but smash the like for that, man. Let him know in the chat. We appreciate him. And all right, we got Swervis here. Floor price can only go up when it's basically zero. Easy for vibes to go up, of course. Great point. That being said, he says, please pamp it all up. Pamp it to Mars. Absolutely. Easy and Crypto came through with an OVOT. Always great to see you, Easy. And all right, we are going to wind it down here. I do have one quick thing on the local news front for myself. This is the penultimate Coffins poster launched yesterday. It minted out within minutes. Love that. Thank you to those who have been collecting these. I got one more poster to drop before Coffins launches on Monday, November 13th. That's this Monday. It's like 5 days away. I got so much work to do still to finish it up. But if you are not on the allow list, please make sure that you get on the allow list because you get 2 free mints. That's the alpha. That is the alpha. So please get in on it. I want all the homies. I also shared this yesterday, a little bit of info and backstory about the palette being inspired by one of my favorite films of all time, The Big Lebowski. So that's a quick update on the local front, on the local news and Coffins. Again, please get on that allow list while you can. It closes in a couple days. I want you to get as many wallets and as many free mints during pre-sale as you can. That's the last news from me. We will be back tomorrow with NFT Live and, of course, GM Web3 over on the X Spaces. Huda, what do you got, man? Last words.
Go look at Ordinals. Go look at SoFi, guys. That's it from me, though.
Hell yeah, man. Well, yeah, again, we appreciate you a ton coming in here, chopping it up with us. And again, to all of y'all. And that's it. We'll see y'all later. Our vibe, our tribe.